these are just a couple people who have gone through the protocol before, and I'll just quickly read them to you. This is back in '09. She started 21-day detoxification program on July 24th. She told me it would change my life, and you are right. And I know this is just the beginning to enjoy optimum health. The changes I have already experienced are clearer thinking, and mental fog is a huge problem that comes with toxicity. Okay, clear improvements. Lost 14 pounds. The average female that needs to lose weight will lose. And that happened to me 2 weeks ago in church, by the way. My phone went off.
Me too.
I know. I didn't even know I had it with me. Ugh. So anyway, the average female will lose about 15 to 25 pounds. Men less, 10 to 15 typically. Physical improvements, she lost 14 pounds, which was body fat. And we'll go over more of that at the end. There's so many Roto-Rooter detoxes out there that you just lose water weight. You get to enjoy 2 weeks of diarrhea and then lose a bunch of water weight, and you're no healthier but sicker when you're done. She's been able to get off 3 prescription drugs and no longer take Nexium, Ativan, or Premarin. I've not been to a fast food restaurant in 8 weeks. My cravings are down 95%. Another one very similar, reaching midlife. I knew things had to change as I was feeling tired and could not take the weight off as easily. You started me off with a cleanse in August 2009. After 3 weeks, I lost 13 pounds. The results were quick, and the best part is the way I feel. I have so much energy. It's not just a diet, it's a new way of life. And that's literally what this is. This is a springboard to just making better choices. And the reason why it's 21 days isn't because it's a magical number. It typically takes people about 21 days to form a new habit. You don't have to stop this at 21 days if you choose not to. Okay? You don't need to continue with a lot of the things, but the eating style you don't have to change. So, understanding the problem. What is toxicity? Toxicity is the opposite of purity. Okay? And we get toxics from the foods we eat. And if I had a carrot right here and I flip that carrot around, what does it say on the back for ingredients?
Nothing.
Carrot, okay? But unfortunately, the foods that we eat that are in a box, that are frozen, that are canned, are loaded with all kinds of chemicals that are toxic to our body. Not to mention the air that we breathe, the water we drink, the women, the stuff you put with the largest organ in the human body is what? Skin. Most of the makeups that you use are toxic. They're loaded with chemicals and hormones. How can we detoxify? We're going to go over that. And how can we manage our weight and cholesterol properly? And this is something that drastically helps improve that. So, I said before, almost all Americans will die of some type of chronic disease, either heart disease, cancer, or diabetes. All of them come from chronic inflammation. We're made of 75 to 100 trillion different cells, okay? And when our cells, which is us, are inflamed chronically, it begins chronic disease, okay? When you're sick, when your cells are sick, you're sick. Okay? Everybody here knows somebody who's had cancer. Probably everybody knows somebody here that's died of cancer. I'm sure there's people in here that have had or have cancer. Some of us have it right now and don't even know it. I hope not, but that's more than likely the case. Okay? So, what can we do about it? More people die this year than last year of cancer, right? And did more people die last year than the year before? And the year before and the year before? But we're pouring more and more money into it because it's not a money problem. It's a lifestyle problem. It's from living a toxic life. It's one of the highest. What percentage of people with cancer is it genetic? Is it truly genetic? Do you know? It's less than 10%. It's less than 10. So that means, I like those odds. 9 out of 10 times if I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm not going to get cancer. Okay? Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths in the U.S., killing even more people each year than breast cancer. Environmental factors, including high-fat, preservative-laden diet, contribute to the high incidence of this disease. Heart disease. Coronary heart disease is a leading cause of death in the United States for men and women. Emerging evidence links environmental toxins to coronary heart disease. 7 out of 10 men with coronary heart disease, what's their first symptom?
Heart attack.
What kind of heart attack?
Deadly.
The fatal one. See, we can't rely on our symptoms to tell us how healthy we truly are. Type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is far more common than type 1 and is one of the largest causes of death and disability in the U.S. It's characterized by the body's inability to maintain sugar levels. Where does that come from? Does that come from your genes? Where does it come from?
Diet.
Diet. It comes from where your pancreas was never designed to, you know how some people drive like from red light to red light? And it's like, stop, stop. Is that good for a car? No. Well, that's what happens with the American diet, with our pancreas. Blood sugar spikes, throw the insulin, goes back down, throw the cortisol, have a Mountain Dew, throw the insulin, bring it back down, throw the cortisol. And that's the diet that wears out our pancreas. It's just wear and tear. What did type 2 diabetes used to be called less than 10 years ago?
Adult onset.
Adult onset. Why'd they change the name?
Because kids have it.
Because kids have it. We're getting sicker and sicker and sicker. Okay, so air pollution, big problem. 4.6 billion people die each year from causes directly attributable to air pollution. Look at this, in the EPA estimated in 1 year, 5 billion, I should have started backwards. 5,705,670,380 pounds of chemicals were either dumped into the public sewage or released into the ground surface. That's a lot. Many recent studies have found drugs in our water. Prozac, Zoloft, estrogen, numerous other substances. It's to the point now where it's actually in our water, and you said water, absolutely. Our food. In the book, What You Don't Know May Be Killing You, Don Colbert said that there's over 3,000 chemicals and 10,000 solvents in our food. Typical American diet. And it goes on and on because of what we eat. Those foods look familiar to a lot of us, I'm sure. And there's nothing nutritious there. It's empty calories.
I don't agree with that. There's a tomato on that burger. Oh yeah, there's strawberry on that chocolate.
And that tomato has probably been chemically manipulated, I'm sure. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on just that. So, this is 1988. This is the average obesity rates in the United States, where white is not available because they didn't perceive it to even be a problem yet. You can see Virginia was, yeah, no, they were behind the curve because they didn't even realize there was a problem that it should be measured. Okay.
My bad.
The West is typically the thinnest, and this is 1992, and now here we are just 12 years ago. And in fact, if you look at Virginia, and if you look at the statistics of Virginia, south of Roanoke, because if you look at Virginia's stats, we're not so bad, okay? But if you look south of Roanoke, we're the worst. We're as bad as Alabama and West Virginia in terms of obesity and chronic disease. So we're not doing so good. And in fact, if we bring this down even further of the counties, we're one of the sickest counties in Virginia.
Castle County?
Yeah. Dickinson, Russell, and Buchanan. We beat them. Yeah. Bar's not set too high. So yeah, we have the highest incidence of disability, chronic disease, and death at a younger age. That was in the paper here locally less than a year ago. So how do the toxins get into our body? Through our lungs, exhaust, toxic fumes, secondhand smoke, working underground, digestive tract. That's one of the main parts. Food additives, soft drinks, and then skin penetrations, perfumes, lotions, hairsprays, etc. Assembling the puzzle. What effect does all this toxicity and poor diet have on us? Weight gain, fatigue, headaches, allergies, muscle, joint pain, hormone function, anxiety, stress, edema, skin rashes, because your skin is your largest organ. Obviously you can't sleep. Hormone problems. Does anybody ever stop and think about why it's mostly women that have their gallbladders removed? Do you think God just gave women weak gallbladders? So what is it? Why is it, whether a woman's thin or maybe a little overweight or a lot overweight, it doesn't even just affect those. It's across the board. Why is it that women typically have the gallbladder problems?
Hormones.
Hormones. because I shouldn't say almost all, a huge amount of women in this country especially are estrogen dominant, which is one of the reasons why female-related hormonal cancers are so high. Okay, it doesn't exist unless the woman is estrogen dominant. And what estrogen dominance means is that the ratio of, there's lots of hormones, but basically the ratio between your estrogen and progesterone are supposed to be a typical way. And when you're either making too little progesterone or your body is dysregulated and you have too much estrogen as compared to progesterone, it causes the bile in the liver to back up. And it backs up into the gallbladder. And it puts stress on the gallbladder. So the gallbladder is functioning under a state of dis-ease, or lack of ease. And then you wind up with gallstones, and then gallbladder pain. And then they take out the gallbladder, but it was never the gallbladder's fault. You still have the problem going on. And then you wind up with other things like ovarian cysts, uterine fibroids, fibroblastic breast tissue, and then as you get older it turns into other symptoms like menopause. And that's where it comes from. And that's documented in the literature. Dealing with toxins. The body has three options when dealing with toxins such as food additives and chemicals. You bury them in their fat, you deposit them in the tissues, or you remove them. Those of you, especially females, that have trouble losing that last 10 or 15 pounds, it's because literally your body won't let go of that fat because it has toxins stored in them. And it's from an estrogen imbalance, almost always. So when you have all these extra estrogens, where does your body put them? If they can't get them through your liver quick enough, what does it do with them?
Stores them in tissue.
It stores them in tissue. And the number one tissue that they can store hormones, toxins, including hormones, is fat cells. So, our organs of detoxification, our lymphatic system, our blood system, our skin, our kidneys, our colon, and our entire intestinal, including the colon, our lungs, and our liver. And the big dog that's running 24/7 a day is the liver. Okay? It's the sewer system of the body. And this is the way it works. All bad stuff is processed when the liver is functioning optimally and it's not overstressed. Everything goes through the liver, okay? And it goes through phase one, where it'd be like getting your garbage picked up, okay? And then these byproducts create two things. They create a water soluble, and then they also create a storage if it's too much. Okay? But that's the way the liver functions, okay? Phase one, biotransformation. Phase two, biotransformation. And then in our intestines, I wanted to show you this picture because chronic inflammation is absolutely the leading cause of chronic disease in this country, okay? And one of the things that causes chronic inflammation is the way we eat. So if this is the lining of your intestines, okay? So this is the intestine, and of a close-up of this you see this, okay? And then a close-up of this is here. So you've got these little hair-like things, okay, called the villi. And what happens is that running down through here is your capillary and veins. Can you see these little tubes right here? Okay. And then they run up into the villi like that, and that's where the transformation of nutrients occurs. So food passes down your intestines, okay, and these little cilia are waving, and they grab the food, okay, and they pull the nutrients from the food and absorb it into your bloodstream so that your body can make more of you. Okay? Unfortunately, too many people's intestines look like this, covered in mucus, where there's literally a coating, in some people over an inch thick. But in almost all people in American diet, there's a coating of mucus that prevents the absorption of nutrients into your bloodstream. And it comes from a diet that's high in processed food, high in grain. The average American, 70% of your diet comes from grain. Comes from breads, cereals, pastas, chips, crackers, gluten. Okay? And that's what it should look like. And just to show you I oversimplified it, that's actually the process. We won't go into that tonight. Okay, So detox, the purpose is to support the function of the liver, stomach, bowels, blood, and kidneys and filter toxins out of your body. Here's how it works. You take supplements and you eat a very specific meal. You eat from a very specific group of foods, I should say. Okay, it's a 21-day program that supports the elimination of chemicals and environmental toxins. Those of you that got here early, you filled out this sheet. What this sheet basically tells you is that tells you if you need to do a detox or not. Who here thinks they need to do a detox? Yeah. If you have any doubts, you can fill out the form. Okay. What can be achieved? Just a few things. Obviously, improved circulation, better sleep, normalized hormone function. You can literally normalize estrogen dominance in 21 days. Enhanced overall health, increased energy, improved overall appearance and youthful feel. We had a patient in this morning that just finished her 21-day cleanse. She lost 20 pounds. And she looks amazing. I don't know why I don't notice it on men, but when women do it, their skin just looks amazing to me. Maybe I just don't look at men like that. It's possible. But I mean, it's amazing how it changes because when your skin is so stressed, it's just hard. When it's always dumping toxins, it's amazing what happens to the skin to me. Improved weight loss, fitting into those skinny clothes again, improved digestion and elimination, reduced allergies, headaches, and joint muscle pain by reducing inflammation in the body. Okay. It also helps normal blood panels because you're removing the stress that causes it. And here's a couple people that did it. July 1st, before they started it, cholesterol 263, triglycerides 181, LDL 174 afterwards. Their cholesterol went from 263 to 178, triglycerides from 181 to 107, and their LDL, their what's called, is that the bad or the good cholesterol? We won't get into it, but yeah, we'll call it the bad. Bad cholesterol went from 174 to 107. Okay? Megan, before, cholesterol 344 went to 182. Triglycerides 787 went to 108. Risk of heart attack went from a 7.2 to a 3.7. And there's their labs. John, before 230, 145, and a 5.5 risk to 185, 85, and a 5 risk. Look, I mean, it just goes on and on. It helps. So here's the stuff. Okay? SP Complete. That's that bucket. And let me actually it's on here. I'll go through it all. But SP Cleanse, SP Complete, Gastrofiber, and SP Green Food. SP is just the brand name Standard Process. Standard Process is the largest organic farm in the country. And as far as I know, they have the highest quality control of any place I've ever seen or read or heard about. Just to give you an example, they sell their tractors every 2 years because they don't want diesel fuel leaking on their farms. I mean, it's insane the measures they take. You can go online and read about them, standardprocess.com, but it's an incredible farm. So ingredients in SP Complete. The biggest is the Brussels sprouts, and it tastes great, guys. No, it doesn't. It tastes awful. But you can't taste it. You can't taste it because you got to mix it with stuff. Remember, I'm not selling you or trying to get you to do something because of it's a wonderful, wonderful taste. Okay, because it's not. But when you make it the right way, you can't taste it. Okay, and that's what you guys, who had it? Who had it?
Everybody but one.
Okay, you had it. It's in it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. But it's 100% organic vegetable. It's got protein in it, and it's got, the reason why it's got things like Brussels sprouts and carrot, it's very high in cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables are detoxifying vegetables. Okay, they cleanse the liver, the biliary system, and the kidneys. SP Complete provides nutrients in a highly bioavailable form. Bioavailable, what's that mean? It means your body can absolutely absorb it because it's in its natural state. Okay, most of the vitamins, supplements, added or even like powdered drink things that people take today, they're synthetically made in the lab from artificial ingredients, from chemicals. Most vitamins on the market are made from synthetic, like vitamin C. The average vitamin C, what's it made from? What's the average vitamin C supplement made from? If you turn the label on, it says ascorbic acid, right? Which isn't even vitamin C, it's a part of the vitamin. That's why your body can't utilize it. Okay, now watch this. If you take a vitamin that you think's vitamin C, but it's really ascorbic acid, and when you go home and look in your cabinet and turn your thing around, I guarantee you, it says 100% ascorbic acid. So you take that ascorbic acid. Does your body know how to use ascorbic acid? No, it needs the other parts of the vitamin to make the vitamin, and then it uses it. Well, where do most of those parts live in your body? Those extra nutrients it needs to make the vitamin. They live in your arterial system, in your arteries. So it steals them from there to make the vitamin. So what happens to your arteries? Literally causes arteriosclerosis. And the ascorbic acid, what is it made from? It's made from sulfuric acid and sugar. Does that sound healthy? No. Okay. This is bioavailable, 100% natural, strong antioxidant protection to promote cellular health, supports healthy liver function. You're going to see liver a lot because that's the biggest thing that needs to be cleansed in our diets. Whey protein has one of the highest biological values, and that means how efficiently protein is utilized and digested. It's a complete source of amino acids, increases glutathione levels. Okay, SP Cleanse is another detoxer. That's a capsule form, promotes healthy kidney function and GI elimination, supports blood purification process. It does not cause, what great thing about this protocol is it doesn't cause you to run to the bathroom. Okay? And a true cleanse won't do that. It's not that harsh on your body. It shouldn't cause that much distress. Those are the ingredients, all kinds of goodies. SP Green Food. Who here has young children? Who here has young children and they won't eat their vegetables? If you have kids or grandkids that won't eat their vegetables, give them a choice. Eat your vegetables or take 2 SP Green Food capsules every day. Our kids can't get healthy if they're not getting their nutrients. Okay. Buckwheat juice, barley grass, Brussels sprouts, kale powder, alfalfa sprout powder. Good stuff. Highly detoxing. And then gastrofiber. Encourages regular elimination. It doesn't say encourages diarrhea there. Okay? Regular elimination. Promotes proper pH balance throughout the GI tract. Provides an optimal environment for the natural growth of intestinal bacteria. And I said your immune system is largely made up of your gut. Okay? The healthy bacteria. I said a little bit ago that you're made of 75 to 80,000 different cells. A healthy person has 10 times that number of bacteria, healthy bacteria in their gut. Almost no American does. Okay, and those friendly bacteria, probiotic, probacteria, okay, are the epicenter, if you will, of your immune system. And when they're not healthy, you're not healthy. And when you're not healthy, they're not healthy. It's symbiotic. Okay, it helps restore the natural environment to grow healthy bacteria in your gut. Okay, here's how it works. Vegetables and fruit only for 10 days. Okay? As much as you want. This isn't a caloric specific diet. You eat when you're hungry. You can eat when you're not hungry if you want to.
Is there anything to eating fruits that there's too much sugar in?
Absolutely. And we'll go over that. In fact, yes. Yeah. You want to eat at least twice as many vegetables as fruits. When you eat fruit, you want to eat fruit between meals and not as a whole meal, because it does increase sugar. And I'll tell you this, if you're considering to do this purification program and your #1 objective is to lose weight, you need to eat, if you want to lose as much weight as possible, how much fruit should you eat? Not none. You have to have some. You couldn't swallow that stuff if you didn't. And if you go get that, we'll show them. I'm going to show you what I drink. And if there's any brave souls here, we'll see if you can drink it. But you want to drink as little as possible, okay? Because it's sugar, right? Fruit is sugar.
But you said no steam or like frozen
You
vegetables?
can eat frozen vegetables and fresh vegetables, no canned vegetables. You can use frozen fruit. What's that? Yeah. This is another. It doesn't have a ton of fruit in it, but it has some. There's. We'll taste it, and then I'll tell you what's in it. You can, but when you can a vegetable, you superheat it before you can it. And that canning process, I'm sorry, but I know it's a southern thing. The nutrients are, it's good fiber, but you're not getting a lot of nutrition in it. Yes, you want to eat more raw than cooked if you can. The most important thing is you're getting them in you, okay? If you want to do it the best way possible, here's how you do it. You eat at least twice as many fruits as vegetables. I would say 3 times as much.
You mean vegetables?
Sorry, yeah. Thank you. 3 times as many, let's say 3 times as much vegetables as fruit, and you want at least half of that raw. Does that make sense? That's for 10 days. On the 11th day, well, I won't get to that yet. And these are the supplements you take. Now let's look at this. Because if you're considering this, you need to realize this, okay? You're going to take 7 SP Cleanse capsules 3 times a day. What? Are you kidding me? Yeah. It's food. That's food in that capsule. It's not a medicine, okay? It's not some super-powered medicine, so it's the only way to get it in you, okay? Gastrofiber, 3 capsules 3 times per day. Omega-3 is additional. That's not part of this program. If you choose to do it, you can. Omega-3 is a great, everybody should be taking it. Days 11 through 21, you add the protein. Day 11 is my favorite day. And I can tell you that if you're working out a ton, or you're a weightlifter, or you do a lot of distance exercise, you can use whey protein in your shakes from day 1. Or if you just start feeling like you need protein. Does anybody know what type they are, metabolic type? Because you're either a protein type, a mixed type, or a carb type. Do you know? If you're a protein type and you start this and you start to feel like you need protein, then you should take it because you're probably a protein type. And I can give you this information later, but you can go to Mercola.com. Okay? And I can't remember how you get to it, but if you look for metabolic typing or put it in his search engine, you'll answer, I think, like 12 questions, and it'll tell you what type you are based on how you answer the questions. Most people are a mixed type. I'm a mixed type. Has anybody drank it yet?
Good.
Good? There's spinach in it.
There's spinach.
Yeah. Spinach, blueberries, pineapple, and a little bit of mango, I think. Yeah. Frozen blueberries from Sam's, that big, huge bag, Dole. And I probably should have told you this before you ate it because somebody had a problem with it. Oh well. There's an avocado in it too. The seed too. The seed of the avocado has this. Yeah, the seed of the avocado has tons of nutrients in it. So I have a Vitamix, and it demolishes it. So okay, on day 11 you add protein. Here's the protein that you add. You add organic chicken or deep sea fish. But you can't have chicken that you buy regular from the supermarket because what's it loaded with? What's the main hormones. Okay? Steamed kale, red beets, Swiss chard, asparagus, lots of dark green vegetables. The one thing that I will tell you that if you have constipation, okay? I mean right now, or regularly. You just don't have regular bowel movements. One of the best things you could do when you do this cleanse is to eat a beet every day. And if you can't eat a beet every day, we have something here called Zypan. But the best thing you can do is eat a beet every day. I eat a beet almost every day. I get my hands on them all summer long and most of the winter. It's a superfood. Okay, beverages.
Do you eat it raw?
Pay attention. Yeah. I lightly boil it. Okay? No, not raw. I juice it mostly. And that's raw. Green tea or water? Pretty easy to remember. Mostly water. Lots and lots and lots of water. Best is spring water or mineral water. Foods to avoid. Right? Everything that's not on the list. If it's not a fruit, vegetable, a deep sea fish, or organic chicken, avoid it. But obviously, so what are you going to use for like a salad dressing?
Olive vinegar.
Extra virgin olive oil, and there's actually in the kit there's a bunch of different recipes for dressings. Yes. No caffeine, no alcohol, no coffee, no tobacco, no other stimulants. What if you really want to do this but you smoke and you just don't want to give up smoking? Should you still do this?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What if you drink decaffeinated coffee?
Toxic. Actually, that's worse for you than, it's like Diet Coke. It's almost worse for you than, yeah, sorry.
But I have a completely
Okay, well now you need to have it's water and green tea. I know, but natural green tea it does have a little bit of caffeine in it, and you want to use it lightly, but it's the only thing you can have. I didn't make the rules, I'm just passing them.
The green tea, is it no sugar?
No sugar. It has to be tea. Like, you go buy the green tea.
Not like leaving out of the bottle.
No. You make your own tea.
Can you do like stevia with it?
No, stevia is toxic. Oh wait, stevia sweetener. No, that's you can use I wouldn't use anything natural sweeteners or artificial. You can't use that. But the only thing that I would use is you haven't tasted it yet, but fresh mint. It's not sweet, but it adds flavor.
Peppermint, like you grow?
Fresh mint. Yep. You can. Yeah. Yummy. I eat it, tons of it. It's really good too, really good antioxidant. No soft drinks, obviously. And here's the thing no nuts, even healthy nuts like almonds. Yeah, no nuts, because they're really hard on your digestive system and you're trying to heal it. No beans and no grains. You can have lentils and you can have wild grain rice, which helps a lot of people. I don't eat it at all during it, but you can have it.
What was the other thing?
Lentils? Okay. Possible side effects. Every time I do this, I have 1 cup of coffee almost every day. Okay? Except for when I do the cleanse. Hold on, guys. I have a headache for about 24 hours, and I never have a headache, okay? And it's where my body is because my body's addicted to caffeine, so I'm coming off of a drug, which upsets me. Why do I go back to drinking it? I don't know, I do. Okay, but at least I clean it out once or twice a year, okay? Weakness, dizziness. This typically, for me, I've done it 5 times now, I think, 6 times. There's like 2 days for me, okay? First couple of days, you're okay. First couple of days, you're not going to feel great. Why are you not feeling great? What?
Body's getting ready to everything up.
Yeah, because you have all these toxins stored in these cells and these organs that's now going into your bloodstream. Your body has to process them. It's hard for your body, okay? So if you are an avid exercise person, what should you do for 2 or 3 days? I don't even stop exercising. I just tone it down. Because here's the thing. Even though I feel like I'm not getting as much, I'm getting more because my metabolic engine is going through the roof, okay? You may wake up a little bit. Some people can experience constipation or diarrhea. If you have constipation, and it's not like I've never had a practice member have like, oh my God, diarrhea. It's never happened, okay? But you can have loose stools, okay? And some people do get constipation because so much stuff is getting dumped so fast, okay? And if that happens, you eat a beet or you take Saipan. And we have that here if you need it. Okay. The other thing that, if you choose to do this, you're going to tell us tonight or by 12 o'clock tomorrow. Okay? No. If you choose to do this and you tell us by tonight or 12 o'clock tomorrow, because we're going to put an order in. Okay? And we're going to get a group order. And because we're going to do a group order, you're going to get a discount. It's normally $223. It'll be $199. Okay? If it's a husband, wife, or multiple family members, the second one will be $159. You better write that down the way I just said it, because I'll forget. Because we just thought about the multiple when you guys started coming in together. So it'll be ordered, and it should be here by next Thursday. Okay, we always have 1 or 2 kits. Felicia beat everybody to the punch, and she got one over the weekend. I didn't even know you could do that. That's cool.
You order online, so
Tell me.
Well, actually, it was after the party. I went home and I told her about it.
Okay. Well, she doesn't waste time. So the order will go in, and they'll be here by Friday. Now, I recommend starting this thing on a Friday. You don't have to. I recommend it. Here's why. Because you end on a Thursday. So that means Super Bowl weekend comes up and you can get completely toxic. I don't recommend that, but you can do that. Okay?
Explain to her why you can't chew gum.
Because it's toxic. Yeah. Here's the thing. Everybody's going to get, that chooses to, is going to get this. You get to create your own rules. Okay? You can. Okay? You're not going to get, if you, every little bit that you move away from what's recommended, your results will go down.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, if you, like I'm going back and forth, I want to, but do I have the stamina to actually do it?
You'd be amazed. And here's, you make it to day 4, you start to feel so good that it's a no-brainer. I mean, you wake up, I mean, well, I don't mean because you're going to die. I mean because people just give up. I know what you were thinking. It's because people just give up, okay? And you start to feel so good. I mean, do you remember the last time you woke up and jumped out of bed? This happens. I'm not kidding you. Not because you feel that good. Literally. I mean, after a few days of I start to feel incredible. Okay, and I have a pretty good diet anyway. So I'm telling you, you stick with it. You give it that first week at the most, you won't stop. Okay, and now here's what you get. And this is the way this is going to work for those of you that I'm doing it too. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I've never done this before, but I think it'll be fun. Okay, I'm going to be. Now you can just delete it, or you can just, if you don't want to get this, just tell us and we'll just exit you out of the group. Okay, but I'm going to be doing regularly 1- and 2-minute videos, and I'm going to be sending them to you regularly. So I'm actually going to start, to be honest with you, I'm going to start a day or 2 before you. Okay, and the reason I'm going to do that is so I can get these videos to you. Okay, and I'm going to show you what I'm eating and what I'm experiencing. And my wife is an incredible cook. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to make some vegetables that are easy, that taste great. Okay, I'm going to show you, she's going to show you the recipe. I'm going to show you what it looks like if it's a cooked thing, before it's cooked, how long she cooks it, what it looked like when it came out. Okay, you'll have to forgive me if my kitchen's a disaster at times when I record this. Okay, but with 3 kids and food flying everywhere, that may happen. But I'm asking for your acceptance of that right now, because it may happen. Okay, but I don't want to miss the video because I'm worried about Audrey just spilled milk somewhere or something. We don't drink almond milk. Okay, but it's going to be cool because I'm going to show you. And when I'm not feeling good, I'll tell you. And when I start to feel good, I'm going to tell you what to expect and how I'm experiencing it. And then I'm going to show you the shakes that I make and how I make them. Okay, and I'm going to go through the whole process with you. And then you have my email. Okay, you'll be getting it anyway because you're going to be getting stuff from me. And any questions, concerns, challenges you have, just contact me. And if you need an answer quicker, you call. And if I can't get to you while I'm seeing patients, I'll call you either at lunch or right after work. Okay?
I can do fine during the day. It's in the evening.
It's the hardest time for everybody. Okay? Here's what you have to decide. Okay? You got to find your why. Okay? The reason why diets fail is because you don't have a clearly defined why. Okay? It has to be more, for most people, it has to be more than want to lose 15 pounds. Okay? It has to come from a bigger place. The reason why I want to do it is because I know that by doing this, I'm significantly reducing the likelihood of developing a chronic disease. That I'm going to live the longest, most fulfilled life I can live. And the only way I can do that is if I take time to clean this thing out, at least once a year. Okay? So every little discomfort, it's meaningless when I consider my why. Okay, so that's it for this presentation. I do want to tell you that I think it'll be, if you do it, you won't regret it.